Now, going back to the webinar, right? We would continue by explaining further some of the things that we already talked about, which is the purpose of travel. So now imagine yourself at the interview. This is what it means. You are the interview. You have your I-20, you have all your documents. We'll talk about the documents at the end. But these are some of the questions that might come to interrogate your intention and your motive, And these questions are very basic questions, but it will surprise you how many people misunderstand this and, misanswer this. And some of the questions may include, why America? Why not Australia? Why not Germany? Why not India? Why America? Where are you going? If you're going to Washington, like you rightly said, where? You should have a knowledge of it. You're going to Georgia. You're going to, the Midwest, wherever it is that you're going. Why did you choose this school? How many schools did you apply to? How did you hear about the school? Tell me about your school. Why are you going to what are you going to study, and why are you going to study? All these kinds of questions. What I want to say before Alfred comes in is that when you hear these kinds of questions, right, think first that the consular is trying to establish your purpose of travel. The consular is trying to discern through your responses if you are a good student and you are a genuine student and you're not just somebody using the student visa as a way of getting into America. That's the first thing, because they are assuming, they have their own assumptions. It's the right assumption, right? They're assuming that everybody coming in is a potential immigrant. It's a potential opportunist looking to take advantage of the system and to explore their own hidden interests. So your purpose as a student is to establish that really I am a student. I am going there to study. And so your responses must be, clear enough. They must be simple enough. They must be reasonable, and they must be convincing, and the convincing part is very important, because sometimes people give certain answers that they read and memorized on the internet. And there's no right or wrong. There's no right one answer to give, because sometimes people go and memorize stuff on the internet. Just because somebody said it and got the visa doesn't mean that if you say that same thing to that same question, it would be the right answer to it. It wouldn't, because everybody has like unique stories and that kind of thing. So the point is that when you get all these questions, think about your story, think about your own interest, and first of all, think about what the consular is expecting, which is the consular is trying to discern if you are genuinely going to America to study. So maybe Alfred, you can, talk us through some of it.
I love this part so much, because for me, this is where your story must speak. Your uniqueness must speak. A lot of people go to the US Embassy and they ask them, why are you going to study in America? Oh, I'm going to study in America because America is good. They have the library, they have this. UK also have good libraries. They have good faculty, good professors.
Some schools in Africa even do.
Yes, schools in Africa. University of Ghana has good library, good professors and all that. So the issue is not just about what is in America. The issue is about a need you have identified, and you want to meet that need, and you believe you can only meet that need in America. So you are not just going to America because America is beautiful. You are going to America because you have seen a need. You have identified a challenge that you want to solve. For example, you are an insurance officer working with Danwell Insurance Company in Ghana. And through this, you have realized that maybe you are an actuarial science student from your undergraduate and you want to come and study masters. That is your story. Your story that when you go and they ask you, why are you going to study in America? You tell them that currently I'm working as an insurance officer at Danwell, and I'm in charge of what? Insurance policy management. But over the past years, I feel I need an upgrade. I need to upgrade myself to do this, to do that. So I saw this school online, or my supervisor recommended this school for me to go and study in order to come back and become an insurance analyst in my company. This tells a story. This shows that you have a plan, right? So it is always important for you to good. It is always important for you to have a story. When I was coming to America to study, right, I was coming to do theology. I am an accounting student, Bachelor of Commerce student. So I should always during my interview, I must prove to the consular that I just did not stand up to come and study. I must prove to the consular that I am coming to America because I have a need. So when I went, I said, yes. So why are you coming to study? Why are you going to study? I said, yes, currently I'm working as a youth president for this organization. And I'm in charge of this and in charge of that. I believe I will need theological education to help me, especially when I'm involved in counseling and pastoral care needs for youth. This shows that I have a story. That story will be different from so many people who go for the interview that day.
Yep.
So don't go and say, oh, I chose the school because the school have good environment. They gave me good funding. Always don't bring in that. When they ask you why you are going to study in America, don't bring in funding. The funding should be when they ask you about sponsorship. I'm going to study in America because the school offered me a scholarship. So it means if the school offered you a scholarship in a course you don't need, because they offered you a scholarship, you will go. And always bear in mind that the consulars are looking for world changers. They are looking for people who can make impact, who can contribute to society. So your academic goal will come there. Why you are coming to study in America should be a reason that will prepare you to be a solution giver in the world, whether in your community or wherever. So this is how you should think about some of these questions. Always let yourself speak. Don't go and copy somebody's response from the internet. Ask yourself, what am I doing? Why do I need this course and why do I need it in America? And use that to respond. That would be very, very helpful.
Yep. I'm sure there are like a number of things that we can say about this, but it would be good for us to move on and then get to the question and answer column, and then some of the specifics can come up and we will try to address those ones. The next one is